Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, and we are going to have a fun kiki about the latest from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That's right, the girls are coming back, and allegedly they are gearing up to film the reunion for season 3. And as we all know, Mary did not return for season 3. Jen Shah pleaded guilty during season 3 to the allegations, and she has coming out with her own allegations against some of her castmates. But before we dive in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live, and don't forget to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. So with that, let's dive in. So Jen Shah thought it was a good idea that she spend her time, her pre-prison time, because she is going to prison. For how long remains to be seen. But she is going to prison. So after lying and playing in our faces, saying that she was innocent, she was going to fight the charges. Again, it was charges of like wire fraud, crimes against the elderly. She was basically scamming people out of millions and millions of dollars, doing a direct marketing scheme against at-risk people, vulnerable people, whether they're the elderly or they're not, all 100% there. She was doing this scheme and she was scamming these people out of all this money. She got caught and finally pleaded guilty. So instead of spending this time, with her children, with her husband, with her mother, maybe just enjoying free sunshine and free air and free grass beneath your feet, Jen Shah thought a better use of her time was to go on Instagram and post a cryptic Instagram story claiming that Lisa Barlow is racist and all of this other stuff. Jen Shah, girl, bye. This is the thing. Over here in the candy cane community, you, Jen Shah, needs to know that we stan Lisa Barlow. I personally am a Lisa Barlow fan. I always try to be unbiased. I always try and see both sides. But I'm going to be honest, I'm also human, and Lisa Barlow is my absolute favorite ever. Ever, 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 ever. Love her, okay? So there's that. But let's dive into what Jen Shah said and has been saying, and let's see if there's any truth behind it, since she's, wanting to spend her time talking about her castmates instead of enjoying the freedom that she has left before she goes to prison. So she is claiming that this co-star, but it's come out that she's talking about Lisa Barlow, donated to Ted Cruz's political campaign 4 times. Okay, it's not a crime to be a Republican. Is Ted Cruz my favorite person? No. Would I vote for him? No. Would I give him money? No. But it's also a free country, and you're allowed to give money to whoever you want to give money to in that political sense, as long as it's above board. 2, she said that there are different types of Black people from Compton or Crenshaw, whatever she said, and Black people from, places like Salt Lake City. Okay. The third thing that she allegedly said was like, oh, your hair is like the Moana Disney movie. Your people have such great hair. Can I touch it? Okay, we all know you never ask a person of color or anybody in that matter to touch their hair. We all know that's problematic, but I don't think anybody's getting canceled over that. 4, she alleges that number 4 is she alleged that this person said that she shouldn't talk about her mental health on the show and that she was taking medicine for depression because people would use it against her. Okay, but what context was this said? Were they saying it to protect you? Like, hey, listen, if you are depressed, if you are on medicine, be careful what you disclose because you could be wanting to help people, but you also have to put your mental health first. And it could really be used against you. Like, as we know, people on these social media streets are not always compassionate and understanding and all of that, right? So there is that as well. So what context was that set in? And then also, Jen Shah says that Lisa Barlow allegedly called her son the N-word. Jen, girl, bye. When allegedly did this happen? Because you and Lisa Barlow were thick as thieves before, everything happened when it came out that Jen Shah and Meredith Marks were going to New York City and all over the country, allegedly cheating on their husbands and dipping it and doing it. Prior to that revelation, Jen, you were friends with Lisa. So did she call your son the N-word before or after that? And the reason why I squint at that is because I think it's another Lisa Rinna move. It's giving me Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton vibes, where it's like you're throwing stuff out there trying to get someone canceled, but it doesn't make sense. Because I think that if Lisa called your son the N-word, we would have known about it by now. We would have known about it by now. If she called your son the N-word in the past, you would have brought it up way before season 3. You wouldn't have still been friends with her. You wouldn't have been rocking with her, Or if she said it during the season, then it would have come out during the season. There would have been explosive breaking news. Lisa Barlow caught saying the N-word, big explosion fight. I highly doubt. And Jen Shah, given your personality, I highly, highly doubt that Lisa Barlow called your son the N-word, and the first time we're hearing about it is you listing it as one of the 5-7 points in an Instagram story. That does not track. I think if Lisa Barlow called your son the N-word, you would have blown up on her. You would have dragged her from heaven to hell and all the way back 15,000 times. We all would have heard about it by now. It's giving me Rinna, Kathy Hilton vibes. It's giving me Rinna, Kathy Hilton vibes. You see what I'm saying? And then the other thing she said was, not to be, that she's alleging Lisa said was, not to be racist, but I like the big black one best. Okay, the big black one what? Was it like a big black stripper guy? Was it a big black construction guy? Was it a lawyer guy? Was it a big black doctor? Like a big bag what? And again, in what context? Jen, to be honest, Jen, I don't like you and I don't want you on my screen. And I'm really irritated that you're even putting this stuff out there, because the truth is you scammed elderly people, vulnerable people, at-risk people out of their pension plans, out of their retirement money, out of millions of dollars. And you lived this very lavish lifestyle that you stole from other people. The life you lived was stolen. So the fact that you're trying to come up here on any tip other than what can I do to repay the people that I stole from, miss me with it, Jen. Miss me with it. Literally miss me with it. You already pled guilty. You're waiting on your sentence to go to federal prison. And yet the number one priority you have is doing Instagram stories with this fake news about your castmates. Make it make sense, Jen. Make it make sense. You're still trying to play the victim, even though you have, and I don't even have to say allegedly because you pleaded guilty, even though you literally victimized people out of their hard-earned money that they were banking on for their golden years. And you have the audacity to come out here with some dumb Instagram story talking about your castmates, talking about Moana and touching people's hair and who they vote for. And I'll take the black one. Jen, bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jen. Goodbye. 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 Just shut up and go away. It blows my mind how sick some people are, where you really could be this awful and this evil and still literally on your way to federal prison, you're still trying to get attention, trying to get sympathy, trying to get clout, trying to play the victim. If Jen did everything on this list except for the N-word, I don't think she said it, but I'm not condoning that. If she did everything on this list other than that one, I really wouldn't even care. Wouldn't care. She said, oh, can I touch your hair? Is it inappropriate? Sure. Did you steal millions from elderly people? Yes. She voted for Tom Cruise? Who cares? Did you steal millions from elderly people? Yes. She said there's different types of black people. Mary Cosby said she wasn't even black, okay? Mary Cosby was like, I don't even want to talk to black people at the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Jen, come on. And it still, and the fact that Bravo is still paying Jen blows my mind. Like, she's still getting a Bravo check. Oh, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box, my beautiful candy canes. Hey, who said Kate? She says, hey, Candy. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, Miss T. What's up? She says, Jen just said that for sympathy. Exactly. It's like, what is going on where you think on this planet you will ever get to play the victim card? Jen, you don't get to play the victim card ever. Hey, Miss T, I'm sure Jen, her elderly people, even black. Exactly. She didn't care who she was hurting. She didn't care. Of course, some of her victims were black. Of course they were. And let's not forget, Jen, you're not black. You know what I mean? If we're going to keep it all the way 100% funky, Jen, you're not a black woman. You married a black man. Therefore, you have black children. But Jen, you yourself are not black. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Miss T says, Jen thinks she can change the truth. Exactly. Are they filming right now? So this is what, okay, so they wrapped season 3. That's already in the can. And then they were doing pickup shots and reshoots. They went to New York when she pled guilty. I think like Heather was with her and stuff like that. And now I think they're gearing up to film the reunion. I think that's what they're gearing up for now. I believe they're gearing to film the reunion. But I know season 3 they shot it. Shay B says, never trusted Jen. Me either. That's right. Hit that like button. Push it up. Exactly. And it just makes no sense. I will say this. I'm really hoping that this season 3 of Salt Lake City, even though Jen is on it, even though we know that she is a criminal, she's pleaded guilty. You know, we don't have to say allegedly anymore because she pleaded. You know, she admitted it. Even though she's on there and we know that she, you know, defrauded all of these people out of all of their money, I really hope that this season is not dark. Because I feel like Beverly Hills has been so dark. Rolla went so dark. It's just like, I'm just hoping that this franchises can get back to fun. You know, we just did a recap on, you know, Real Housewives of OC. They're filming now and all the stuff is leaking. And I said it in that video, I'll say it in this one. I'm just hoping that the shows don't continuously go dark. Do I think it's good to have conversations about race? Yes. Do I think it matters? Yes. But I don't want every single franchise to be Rinna, Kathy Hilton vibes, where it's, you know, you're backed in a corner. And so the first thing you accuse your co-star of is using the N-word. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I love Lisa Barlow. I'm a Lisa Barlow stan. In my eyes, she literally can do no wrong. I love her. When I do the recaps, I will try and be as unbiased as possible. But I'm going to be honest. I love Lisa Barlow. I don't see her saying this because none of it makes sense. Like the rest of the things on Jen Shah list, girl, shut up. Like miss me with it. And also Jen, like I said, you're not black, okay? You're not black. You don't speak for black women. You don't speak for us. Speak for yourself. And to me, that's why I don't want these shows to be, I don't want the race card, the N-word card, the cancel culture card to dilute when it really matters. and when it really happens. Like, for example, the pain that Garcelle and her son must have gone through with those, bots saying those racist things. That's real. That's that gut punch. That's that real trauma. That's that real hurt. So when it really happens, it is so painful. Like, truly facing racism is really, really painful on like a gut level. And so it's really sickening that anytime one of these cast members want to deflect responsibility, want to jab at someone, the first thing they throw out is, oh, you're racist, you're homophobic, you said the N-word, you're this, you're that. Like, it's giving Rena Kathy Hilton, where it's literally weaponizing true pain. Because when somebody truly faces racism, it cuts you to your core. So I'm not like a what's her face. I'm not like a Rena who's like, we don't want to talk about race. We're not that type of show, or Ramona. I'm not saying it in that disgusting way. I'm saying it in the way where it's like, now people are just throwing that out to almost like scare someone. You know what I mean? It's giving Rena Kathy Hilton, where it's just like, I'm just gonna try and cancel you. If that makes sense. Hey, Miss T, Jen gave Bravo the Ring doorbell footage. She is the worst. She's horrible. Jen is horrible. It's like, I'm so confused, Jen. You're literally going to prison. And you're spending your Sunday afternoon posting Instagrams about alleged people, like the list you put out there, just the dumbest list I could ever hear in my life. Like, it was so stupid and so petty and so dumb. That's how you're spending the last moments of freedom that you don't know. You could get 1 year, Jen. You could get 10. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. And even if you only got 1 year, I think you're going to get more than a year. But even if you only got 1 year, that's still 1 year away from your family, away from your freedom. But you're so sick in the head that you think you're going to pull a Teresa. You think, I'm going to go to prison, I'm going to do my bid, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to be even badder and cooler and ever. Because unfortunately, and as sickening as it is, that's what happened to Teresa. Teresa was not an innocent victim. Teresa knew her husband was being fraudulent. She was enjoying the fraudulent. Teresa and her parents weren't mad that Joe was a fraud. They were mad that Joe got caught. Let's call a spade a spade. Teresa was not a victim. She wasn't. Hey, Darren Hood, I heard season 4 castings on the way. Yes. Hey, Miss T, did they replace Jenny yet? Yeah. So Jenny, she did not return for season 3. Yeah, they got rid of Jenny. She's gone because of all of the posts she said on Facebook. So yeah, she's gone. I think they brought in Angie K. I don't like Angie K, little pick me flip-flopper. I don't like Angie K, but I think they brought her on, and I think they brought on another woman too. So it's Lisa Barlow, Meredith Marks, Jen Shah, Heather Gay, Whitney Rose, and then it's Angie K, and I think another person they brought on. Hey, Miss T, the aggressive card. I'm so over it. Always being used. Exactly. It's the aggressive card, the strong black woman card, the N-word card, the racism card, the homophobic card, the we're going to cancel you card. It's like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And Jen Shah, I'm going to say it again. I've said it like 5 times. I'm on one right now. Jen Shah, you're not black. You don't speak for us. You don't speak for us, Jen Shah. Just because you married a black man doesn't mean you get to speak for black women. You're not a black woman. Stop it. Stop it. And also, stop with this mess. Leave Lisa alone. Focus on the fact that you're going to prison for stealing from elderly people and other people who trusted you with their hard-earned money that you spent renting mansions, buying fur coats and cars, doing this, that, and the third. And Coach Shah, we see you, Coach Shah. You're not innocent either. You're not innocent either, Coach Shah. You knew what the deal was. Come on now. Again, alleged. but we're not stupid. We're all very intelligent people. And we know what the deal is. Jen, you're reaching. Jen, you're reaching. And this list that you put on your Instagram story, trying to intimidate Lisa Barlow, I don't think anybody with half a brain cell is buying this. I really don't, Jen, you're reaching. Because the only thing on this list that even mattered was you alleging that she called your son the N-word. And I really need for you to tell me when this allegedly happened. Did it happen in the past, but yet you remained best friends with her until you guys had your falling out when she found out that that it was true that you and Meredith were allegedly cheating on your husbands and sleeping with a bunch of men in New York? And then you guys had your falling out? Had she called your son the N-word then, but yet you were still best friends with her? Or did she call your son the N-word? It wasn't during season 1. We would have known. Wasn't during season 2. We would have known. And it doesn't seem like it was during season 3, because I think that is something that would be breaking news. I think if that was true, it would have been a bombshell. It would have been like huge fight on set or blah, blah, blah. Jen Shah, you do the most over nothing. You literally threw a glass on the ground because somebody said the word Mary. You went off. So if someone really called your son the N-word, and the first time we're hearing about it is in a laundry list post, a grocery list post on your Instagram story, you're lying, girl, goodbye. And then she was like, I got receipts. Everybody says they have receipts. Again, that's why this is giving me Lisa Rinna, Kathy Hilton vibes, because there were 0 receipts, and there still are no receipts from Kathy allegedly saying the N-word in Aspen. No receipts. Only Lisa Rinna saying that. Until Lisa Rinna posted an envelope that literally just was handwritten that said Aspen receipt, silence is golden, but there were no receipts. It was literally just an envelope. So basically what I am saying is, Jen, you're a liar. We already know you're a fraud. And with that comes lying, because you lied the whole time. Jen, have several seats and miss me with this BS. Lisa Barlow, we love you. We stan you. You're amazing and great. Don't even let Jen get under your skin. I can't. Miss T, Jen says she wants to live her best life now. Girl, bye. That just shows you how psycho she is, because Miss T says Teresa isn't stupid at all. Good luck with it, Louie. Exactly. Teresa likes to play dumb, but the people who play dumb are the slickest ones. If you think about it, Teresa got everything she wanted, didn't she? She's still on the show. She still has houses. She has Louie. She has her daughter. I'm sure she still has some money. She got a book deal out of everything. She's looking pretty. It's looking pretty good to me. It's looking pretty good to me. Yeah, and Jen saying she wants to live her best life now. Like, again, I don't have kids, I'm not married, but all I am saying is that if I was facing prison time, my best life would be, how much can I get with my family? How much time can I spend with my mother? How much time can I spend with my sisters? How much time can I spend with my partner? How much time can I spend with my friends? How much time can I spend in nature? How much time can I spend being happy? Living my best life would not be posting this, grocery list of the most cliche insults. Oh, don't touch a Black person's hair. Oh, she's Republican. Oh, there's different types of Black people. It's literally the most cliche list I have ever seen in my life. It's like the most cliche. It's almost like she Googled, microaggressions against Black people. Like, that's almost like what it's like. None of it makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jen, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Hey, Miss T, I heard Coach could be in trouble too. I think, honestly, again, alleged. Jen is the only one who pled guilty, so alleged. I just don't buy that he did not know. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if knowing makes you legally liable. I think if they can probably find, maybe he's on a joint account, maybe he has his own LLC, like the Erica Pretty Mess stuff, maybe he signed a check, maybe they opened something in his name. I don't know if knowing about the fraud makes you legally liable. I don't know. But I do think that's why he stopped practicing law the same year she started her fraudulent business, was because even though they're married, and I think that you can't be compelled to testify against your spouse. You can if you want to, but you don't. But I think it's like spousal privilege limiting that you can't be compelled to. But I think that that's a big reason why he stopped practicing law the same exact time she started her fraudulent business, was because there must be some legality there somewhere where, like, knowing about the fraud. I don't know if knowing about it, I don't know. I don't know. But I do think that if the federal government is able to find something with his name, with his signature, a joint account or something, they're going to take whatever they can get to probably bring charges against him too, because I don't think any logical person believes he did not know. I really don't think he thought, my wife, Jen Shah, is a marketing genius, and she's making millions and millions and millions of dollars with her marketing genius. No tea, no shade. I just don't think he thought that. And I just don't think he just so happened to stop practicing law the same year she started this fraudulent business. So, I mean, I don't know. I definitely think anything that they bought should go back to the victims. I don't know what they actually have. I think they were renting everything, but maybe like the jewelry and the clothes and the bags and the cars and all of that stuff. I think Coach Shah is like an Erica Jane. I think he knew and he benefited from. I think Erica Jane might be a little worse, because I think we're seeing with the $27 billion lawsuit, we're seeing that she allegedly like actively participated in it. Not just like, oh, put the money in my LLC, but like she was literally in on the scheme. So we'll see what happens with that. So we'll see. Hey, Shay B. She goes, I agree. Maybe they tried to act as if he was always gone and never was involved, but I don't buy that 100%. Honestly, this is what I think. I think, hey, Misty, Coach is out the door for sure now. Oh, 100%. 100%. This is what I think. I think Jen and Coach been living separate lives, but still married. I think that she was cheating on him. You know how it all came out, how her and Meredith Marks would go to New York City and they would, bust it and do it all open, and they were doing whatever. And then Coach Shah was always traveling. He was always away. He was never home. I think they've been doing them. I don't buy the Coach Shah nice guy act. I don't buy it. I think he fronts a lot. Do I think he's like a nice person? Sure. But I don't buy the nice guy act. I think Coach Shah, when the cameras are down, I think he's doing him. I think he has his own side piece. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, because I know that he's Muslim. So I want to be very respectful to the customs of his religion. So when I say this, I want to be very clear. I by no means am being disrespectful to the customs of his religion. But I do think he's drinking and smoking and has a side piece and is living his best life when he's not on camera and when he's not in front of other people. I just don't buy this squeaky clean guy image. And I would say the same about any religion, whether like the Mormons, they're Mormons, they're in Salt Lake City and they're drinking and they're partying and they're doing this, that, and the third, So it has nothing to do with his religion. I respect all religions, but I don't buy this clean-cut, wholesome guy act when it comes to Coach Shah. I think he's very strategic. I think he's highly intelligent. And I think that he probably has squirreled some money away. He has his side piece. He drinks, he smokes, he dips it, and he does it. But he's smart enough to keep the appearances clean, whereas a lot of the other people are sloppy with it. if that makes sense. Like a Mauricio, he's sloppy with it. He's sloppy with it. You know, he's out here caught slipping all the time, always saying he's cheating on Kyle. Now the Dorit rumors. He shows up every scene with his eyes shut because he can barely open them because he's so high. Mauricio is just sloppy with it. It's all written all over his face. Where Coach Shah, I think, is living his life and doing him, but he's smart enough not to do it in front of his family or certain friends, and definitely not the cameras, right? Like, I just don't buy it. You know, also like Dr. Damon Daddy on Married to Medicine. You know, he's always so reserved. He's always so passive. But simmering underneath Dr. Damon Daddy is, in my opinion, a lot of anger. I think he is a very angry man. And to be honest, I think he has a lot to be angry about. And his anger is justified. We kind of even saw it coming out in the last episode. If you guys missed it, I did the recap today from Married to Medicine, where he's finally being honest about how disrespectful Dr. Heavenly is to him. And I think simmering underneath that passiveness is a lot of resentment and a lot of anger. Because there are people who can be quiet and, you know, people who can be introverted. And there are people who are numbing out because there's something simmering underneath. You know, so it's not that he's quiet. It's the type of quiet. And it's not that Coach Saul is nice. It's his type of niceness where I'm like, you're hiding a lot. You're hiding a lot. Like, he wears the mask of the nice guy, if that makes sense. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Misty, Erica is scamming on another level. She really is. She really is. You know, that $27 billion lawsuit is alleging that she dressed up and pretended to be this man's widow in order to forge the documents. It's like some real, like, James Bond criminal type stuff going on. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. The agency is named, all that stuff. Hey, Shay B, this is my conspiracy theory. Okay. But I think Heather Gay will be all over Coach when Jen leaves for prison. Oh, yes. I don't trust Heather Gay. Let me stop. I was about to say something. Let me not cancel myself. I don't like Heather Gay. I don't trust Heather Gay or Whitney Rose. I don't like the two of them together. I don't like frickin' frack. I don't like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I don't like them because, to me, they're very dangerous. And I said this in my recap with the Real Housewives OC that I just did. They, to me, are very much like Gina and Emily, right? Where they get together and they create schemes and they create these things in their heads. And then they go and repeat it like it's fact. Like, oh, you did this because of that, and she said this because of that. And they just make up stuff and they stir the pot and they have all these weird conspiracies that don't even make sense. And the problem is, you know, I love a conspiracy theory, but this is like a fun key. They're on the show. They come up with these theories and then they repeat them as if they were fact. And then that causes problems in other people's friendships and relationships. And that's what I don't like. It's very conniving and it's very weird to me. And Heather Gay and Whitney Rose are so insecure on such a deep level. I don't like watching them. I don't like watching people who are like insecure in like a malignant way, where it's like their insecurity causes them to cause pain to other people to make themselves feel less insecure. Like, to me, that's not transparency. That's not vulnerability. You know, I'm insecure at times and I admit it and I talk about it because I'm a human being. And if we're honest, all human beings have insecurities. But do you just say, you know what, I'm insecure in this moment, but I'm going to find a way to get some confidence? Or do you think, I'm insecure in this moment, this person is confident, let me bring them down a peg or two so I don't feel as bad about myself? That's what Heather Gay and Gina's and Emily's and Whitney Rose's do. They're so insecure in their own selves, in their own relationships, in their own bodies, in their own finances, that they try and bring people down instead of learning how to lift themselves up. And that's why I don't like them. Shay B says, agree. Miss T says, coach is way too calm. I mean, always. Yeah. Because he's checked out. He has his own Swiss bank account where he's been ciphering some money. He has his own side piece on the side. He has his whiskey and blunts when he's ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, please. Hey, Miss T, coach was checked out. Exactly. Clearly, that was the main issue with Jen and her father passing. 100%. Shay B says, endpoint Damon. Yeah. There is a lot of anger and resentment underneath him. Miss T, Daddy got mad. Yeah, he got big mad, right? Daddy was big mad. He was big mad. And I was just like, I think he's just so tired of Dr. Heavenly. And who wouldn't be? The man needs a freaking medal for putting up with that chick. I don't see them lasting second semester Alora's first year of college. Hey, Miss T, Heavenly knew she messed up. Exactly. That's why she got louder after he said stop. Because that's what she does. She thinks that she can out loud being wrong. And she can out loud the situation to stop it. But right now, everyone is just being like, we're tired of you, Heavenly. Like, you're like, it's like a toddler who has temper tantrums. And when you stop reacting to their temper tantrums, then they finally have to calm down and chill out. You know? She's like a toddler. When things aren't going her way, she lashes out and she yells and she stomps and she screams. But now everyone is just tired of it. And we're like, enough is enough. You know, you're not going to get a rise out of us. We see you. Miss T says, Heather is for the show of it all. 100%. And Heather, to me, while Jen is out here trying to dog out Lisa, leave Lisa alone, Jen. Leave Lisa alone. Get out of here with that. Her little BFF wasn't Heather season 1 in the confessional talking about I'm a bad Mormon, I'm not good because I like liquor, I like smoking, and I like black men and some other stuff. She was the one who equated, being sexually attracted to black men as a sin and putting literally black men in the same category as objects, vices. She equated black men to alcohol, to smoking, to promiscuity. So if you're out here, Jen, with your weird Instagram grocery list of Googled black microaggressions, Heather Gay needs to be number 1. Because the moment Heather Gay said that, I said, I see you, Heather. I see you. I don't like the whole I'm liberated and I'm finding myself and I just want to be free and I'm a bad Mormon. I'm going to hell because I like big black guys. So you're going to hell because you like black men? What does that mean? You drinking a glass of rosé is the same as liking a black man? You see what I'm saying? But yet Miss Jen Shah wants to come for Lisa with this BS list that probably isn't even true? Come on now. Come on now. Miss T, Whitney and Heather assumes a lot. They do. They just make up stuff. They're constantly just making up stuff, assuming things. Like, for example, the whole dumb storyline about whether Meredith went to her father's wake on a Monday or a Tuesday. That was the dumbest storyline, and that was completely made up by them. It was clearly just one of those misunderstandings where your friend is like, oh, I'm going back home for something. And they're home for the weekend, and you don't know if the event is a Saturday or a Sunday. You just know they're back home. It's really not that big of a deal. But they made it this whole fake big of a deal thing that made no sense. Shay B, thick as thieves. Yup. Miss T, Heather wants to be with the people they think are cool. Pick me. I want to be down at any cost. Exactly. And that's the craziest thing. They are all up Jen Shah's butt. Pick me to her. They're so mean to Lisa Barlow, but they actually are so thirsty for Lisa Barlow's validation. And I heard that's even a storyline for season 3, because we all know Whitney Rose is the thirstiest for Lisa Barlow's attention. Like it's kind of single white female vibes. It's kind of scary. But allegedly Lisa and Whitney become closer, and that puts a wedge between Whitney and Heather. So we'll see how that plays out. Hey, Miss Bernice. She says, Heather and Whitney are the Fox News of Salt Lake. Yes! Take your Tucker Carlson and handy selves and go somewhere. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Bernice. Exactly. It's the lies for me. It's the lies for me. Like, that can get people killed. I mean, I don't want to take it too dark, but like in a general sense, it is very dangerous, very, very dangerous to be close to someone who makes things up and repeats it as if it's the truth to other people about you. It's a very dangerous thing very dangerous to be friends with someone like that. I don't mean to go dark. I want to keep everything light, but just general PSA, it is very dangerous to keep company with liars. It's very dangerous. Hey, Shay B, I like watching Big Mad Daddy. Me too. I was like, Dr. Damon got a voice. Dr. Damon Daddy got his voice back, and I hope he keeps it. I hope he keeps it. I really do. Hey, Miss T, Daddy apologizes the next episode for getting so mad, but I don't buy it. He's not sorry. He's not sorry. He's like, what grade is Alora in? How many more years I got? She's in high school now, right? She's in high school now. TikTok, Dr. Heavenly. TikTok. Because Dr. Heavenly messed up all the way messed up. Come on now. Hey, Miss T, Heather looks at black men as a fetish. Exactly. Exactly. Like, could you imagine if a white man was on TV and he was like, yeah, you know, I'm a bad Mormon. I'm going to hell. I want to have sex with black women. I want to smoke cigars. I want to drink whiskey. You know, I want to drive fast. Could you imagine if a white guy was on TV talking about saying that? We would all be up in arms. It would be this whole situation. But the fact that Heather Gay is up there talking about black men like that, there were people that was like, yeah, Heather, you're so relatable. You're right. Live your life, Heather. It's like, no. Did you not hear what she just said? Did you not hear what this chick literally just said? It's crazy. Hey, JB, speak, Candy. Yes. Hey, Darren Hood. I love Whitney and Heather. Darren. You know what, Darren? It's okay. I love you. We still love you. You are a candy cane for life. It's fine. Oh, Shapey says, hi, Bernice. That's right. Hey, Miss Bernice goes, hey, JDB. I love it. Hey, Darren says, hey, Bernice. Hey, Miss T. She goes, I think Erica looks a black man the same way as Heather. Yes. Yes, 100%. It's very much this like, I want to be cool. I want to be down. I want that big black D, but it's very fetishized. It's very objectified. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I don't know. It's just gross. It's nasty. It's really, really nasty. But I agree with that. This 100%. Hey, Miss Bernice, Quad is always making excuses for Heavenly. That drives me crazy. I know, because Quad did make excuses this time. I don't get it. Especially since not Quad. Dr. Heavenly came out and said Quad was sleeping with a married man. I wouldn't be making excuses for anybody who's on their YouTube channel saying I sleep with married men, but then claim to be my friend. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe they're friends based on their mutual jealousy of Mariah, and the both of them wanting to take down Mariah because they wanted to take her place. But neither of them could. Because Quad is still a friend of, and Heavenly is a hot mess that nobody likes. So I don't know. But you guys, we have been on here for 4 to 5 minutes. So if you're having fun and a good kiki, don't forget to like this video. It's very important. And subscribe to my channel because I am growing. And we're doing it organically over here. We're doing it one candy can at a time. No bots, no fake subs. We're doing it organically. So don't forget to subscribe and share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Miss T says the Quad did seem hurt by it all. I mean, she seemed hurt, but then she still kept windmilling for her. Of course, Quad must have been hurt. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Quad grew on me. Like, I didn't like Quad before. I particularly did not like her when she was going against Mariah. I didn't like that at all. Like, you don't try and go against the person who brought you on and helped you and all that stuff. Like, it's one thing. I'm not saying you have to stay friends with someone, but there's a difference between not being friends and going against. And that's my issue sometimes, where I'm like with Anila and Toya. Okay, Anila, if you don't want to be Toya's friend, don't be Toya's friend. But you don't need to go against her when the only reason why you're on the show is because of her. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't ever have to keep rocking with someone. Even if you just wake up and you're like, I don't like him anymore, that's fine. But you don't need to go against. And that's why I didn't like Quad. But I think with the unfortunate passing of her brother, and then she's having to take care of her nephew, I think she softened a lot. I think she's grounded a lot. So I do like Quad more this season than I ever have in the past, and I think that's why. Also, maybe Heavenly has some receipts on Quad, and she doesn't want her to spill them. Maybe she has something on her. I don't know. But that's really all I can say. That is really all I can say. Dun, 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 dun. Whew. All right, you guys. We did it! So much fun. But let me know if you're catching this on the replay or if you're watching live, put it in the chat box down below. Are you excited for season 3 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Do you believe Jen? Do you think Lisa Barlow really said all this stuff? Or do you think she's reaching, playing the victim, and trying to get our sympathy before she goes away to prison? What do you guys think? Was Coach Saw in on it? Did he know? Could he be facing charges? Let a girl know. Miss T says Marlo should take notes from Quad on Nephew Love. Ooh. Okay, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I will have to say this when it comes to Quad versus Marlo and Nephew Gate and all that stuff. I've only seen snippets because I didn't watch this season of Roa. Last season was too much. I needed a break. I will say this. I feel as though Marlo's nephew seems to be a different type of child to handle versus, Quad's nephew seems to be, a little clingy, which makes sense. His father passed away. I don't know the situation with his mother. So I feel like, yeah, he's very like, are you coming home or are you? Because he's a kid and he doesn't want anybody else to leave. He doesn't want anybody else to leave. That seems like the biggest issue there. He doesn't want anybody to leave because he's had so much loss. We get that. But it seems like with Marlo's nephews, given the fact that her sister had substance abuse problems, she was in jail, it's 2 boys, you know what I mean? They're at different ages. She was saying how they were, fussing and fighting and yelling and punching holes in the wall and doing weird stuff to, stuffed animals. I'm giving Marlo grace. Because this is the thing. Raising your own children is a lot. Raising somebody else's children is an even bigger task. It's easier to raise your own than to raise somebody else's. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about if you adopted and that was your choice. I'm talking about you're a woman, you're living your life, you're single, you have no kids, and then all of a sudden you're taking in your sister's, formative children who seem to have some type of emotional or problems with, doing all that. I don't fault Marlo for needing to take a break because and it just seems to me, again, I didn't watch it, but just seeing Marlo talk, I think Marlo is going through something or was going through something or struggling. And I think that sometimes we dismiss the fact that the caregiver, the mom, the person in charge, their mental health matters too. And so if she is taking in her sister's children and she mentally needs a break because it does seem like what she was saying, there was some stuff going on. I would rather her take that mental break and get whatever it needs than to continuously to have the boys and have it escalate or something go wrong or it pop off before you can get back to it. Because Marlo, to me, again, I didn't watch the season, just seemed like she was going through her own stuff. And that's a huge life adjustment. You know, I don't have any kids. I do have nieces and nephew. You know, God forbid if anything ever happened, I would 100% step up. But it wouldn't be rainbow and sunshines. You know what I'm saying? It's like going from your life to then raising 2 children. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm giving Marlo some grace here. I'm giving Marlo some grace. You know, we're all human beings. And if you're stressed out and things are going on with kids and you're mentally exhausted, I would rather you take the break, get some help. Like, that's another thing. We can't villainize getting support. You know what I mean? I think if more mothers and caregivers and fathers admitted that, you know what, I'm at my wit's end, this is really hard, I need help right now. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yeah. Age is also a factor. I agree. Yep. Should be separation anxiety. Yeah, with a little boy, 100%. Darren, I agree, Miss T. Miss T, the way she took the break, she kicked them out. Oh, man, come on now. But what were they doing, though? What were they doing? They're like teenagers, and they were kicking holes in the wall. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. Miss T says, I definitely think if you watch Marlo's behavior, you would feel a little differently. Okay, well, maybe I'll watch one. But just from what I have seen, I just feel I'm going to give Marlo some grace. She took the boys in the first place. Is that the right thing to do? Yes. Did she have to do it? No. There are a lot of people out there that they don't care if it's their nephews or their nieces. They're not taking anybody's kids in. There's a lot of people out there who would not do it, you know? So I think if she needed a break, she needed a break. I don't know. And she was saying how the boys were kicking. I don't know. That's a lot. It's a lot. You never know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. And for her to tell her nephews that they need to get out, who knows what was going on behind those doors? Who knows? But anyway, you guys, I love you, my candy canes. This was such a fun Kiki. We'll be doing the recaps of the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Miss T, I'm going to check out some episodes to see what's the real deal with Marlo. And thank you all for coming. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Miss Bernice. Thank you, Call Me Kate. Thank you, everybody. If I didn't shout you out, I'm sorry. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. This was so much fun. We had such a good time. We had such a good Kiki. And I can't wait to get into it. And just my personal opinion, Jen Shah, shut up. Miss me with this Googled microaggressions copy and paste list that you're trying to go against Lisa Barlow with. We stand Lisa Barlow over here. But of course, when I do the recaps, I will try my hardest to be unbiased, but I'm going to be honest with you. I just love Lisa Barlow. But I will do my unbiased opinion and we can key and talk about it and everything. But I love you guys. This was so, so, so much fun. And until next time, you guys, take care of yourself and each other. Miss T goes, final word. Shut up. Right? I'm like, Jen Shah, just shut up, girl. Shut up and sit down. Like, this is the thing. It's I know I said I was leaving, but now you got me on one, Misty. You got me on one. It's just laughable to me that you literally are facing prison time. Like, all shits and giggles aside, Jen Shah is literally going to prison. And she has the audacity to waste our time with this BS Instagram post, girl, you're going to jail. Like, you're going to prison. Like, your words mean nothing. Literally, it means nothing. All right, you guys, let me go before I get canceled. All right. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time, and take care of yourself and each other. And Jen Shah, leave us alone. Lisa, we stand for you. All right. Bye. Mwah.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!